Hello and welcome back to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor back in Wingris where we left on the last episode. But now I think it's actually faster traveling back to Erradication and from there right into Pembar. Because we have quite a few quests on Pembar still. Defeating some bosses and doing the last few tasks in there, I would presume. And afterwards, we'll see where the road will take us. Let us travel there. It's another beautiful day in the region, as usual. I gotta say, I am enjoying this area so much, especially coming after Uruk-hai. You know I enjoyed Uruk-hai's landscape a whole lot. But as I also told you, the snowy landscape can get monotonous after a while. Uruk-hai is great and I enjoyed my time in there very much, but by the end of it I was already ready to move on. And Erradication is so drastically different Uruk-hai that it truly makes this even more memorable. Alright. To kill that wolf, you might realize I did not get the deed for that. A wolf and work slayer did. The reason for that is because I told you on the last episode I completed my task for the day off camera, and for that I killed a few orcs. I killed a wolf to get the item I was missing, and that unlocked for me the wolf and work slayer deed in a region that requires you to defeat 90 wolf and works. But other than that, nothing else that you might have missed. Now we're back in Pembar. Gotta collect some elf relics and trinkets from the Half-orcs. And let us also take the time here to gather some extra color ingredients. I had hoped I would have enough of them by the end of Volume 1 to complete the Master Proficiency, become a Grand Master Scholar, and I might still be able to do that, because we still have a few things left to do in Volume 1 before we move to Moria. But I don't know. We're more than halfway through, but still need to keep an eye on that. And here we have Nethgarch. He likes to wander around the area. He has quite a big radius for doing so. But that is what makes him easy to locate if you are looking at the minimap. You will see him wandering around, and yeah, he's basically the one red dot that moves further than the other ones. You might remember we killed him on the previous episode, but as usual we find the boss of the area and kill him while doing the first leg of the quest line, so that means that we got to come back and fight him once again for it to count. And here is the other boss that we're looking for today's episode. I think we can actually pull all these guys. Or, well, at least come back here to the guy with a crossbow. Alright. We now need only one more elven trinket. But we still need half of the eggs. So that's what we're gonna look for. Interrupt. Okay, alright. Here I see more eggs. Just 4 more of these. And all of them are practically here. For our silver present of the day, well, some virtue XP and some gold. Not bad, not particularly good. Well, all the usual stuff. What you're most likely to come across in a silver present. Hey, gold is always good to have, right? So, not complaining about it. Alright, we are technically ready to go back to Erradication, but let us first try and locate the Half-orcs that are escaping away with some evidence of the company. Checking the evidence to Isengard. So let us find them before going back. Because I don't remember what these guys are exactly carrying. You see those ruins there on the horizon? Not entirely sure, but I think that is the place where you can go and find a really nice story about the elves in Sauron. I don't remember exactly the specifics of that, but I know there is a deed associated with that specific location where you have to find 23 different rooms, and each one of them will unlock a part of the story. But once again, I don't remember the specifics. I'm not sure that is the location I'm talking about, but I hope it is. I hope it's not long before we get there, because that is also one of the coolest moments in Erradication for me. It's a little confusing because there is not a reliable map of that area, so you gotta really have a good spatial location on your own to make sure that you are visiting all the rooms and not going back to rooms you have previously visited. You can eventually just brute force it with patience, but if you're able to locate yourself truly, if you have good location, you can make that a lot faster. You are too late, Warden. My companion is already headed south with our prize. Karki will soon know everything he needs to find that precious stinky six. I'm not about to let you hinder its delivery. Die! And just before he dies. We're ready now to go back to Erradication to find Hilith. Well, and all the other elves in the area, and let them know how our quests have turned out today. We're actually not that far. But now that leads me to the next part of how this journey is gonna continue. Because you see here, Book 14 will require us to travel to Mirabel to thwart Amarthiel's plans, and that is on the southwest of Eregion. But if I'm not mistaken, the next few regional quests will take you actually to the east and the southeast. But I think we're gonna actually save that for when we are doing Volume 2. Well, we'll see how it goes because I don't remember exactly how the quest flows in Eregion after this area, after Ehad Eregion. Let us see what the elves want us to do now.
Megovanen.
The second half-orc is alone now and headed south. That is troubling, for it means he may be using the horse as a mount. He has a strong enough lead, but perhaps there is yet time.
Greetings, friend. Will you lend me your ear?
Your return here is all that may stand in the way of success, but not all yet. Not all is yet lost. The remaining half-orc will likely ride hard for Isengard, but that will hinder him more than aid him. He will be forced to stop the sooner to rest his mount. That is when you will need to strike. From what you tell me, I would guess he would make for the downlanding camp of Fort Catlus, south of the Cyrenon. The encampment lies to the southeast of here, but I would look first along the northern banks of the Cyrenon and dry. That is where he would most likely rest his horse. We're gonna accept the quest, but as you see here, the fact that this quest has... Alright, this is a time quest, we'll need to come back to this later, but the time that this awards legendary item experience lets you know that this was added to Eregion with Volume 2. We're gonna hold on to that. You have done well. You have dealt a great blow to Saruman's plan. I am certain, though no doubt he has many more plans for Eregion. The beast is slain. The worms have never encroached this far south. It is ill tidings for one who still dwells east of the sea. But you have accomplished to match Beriathan and should be rewarded for your valor.
Greetings to you.
Thank you, Beriathan, for bringing these things to me. The Half-orcs uncovered many whole relics and trinkets which might have been put to ill use by Saruman.
Megavanen, might you spare a moment of your time?
Beriathan, while these Half-orcs have a much greater cunning by far than common orcs, they do not have the wherewithal to maintain discipline. They are greedy and unruly. I fear there is a powerful leader among them who is utterly loyal to the will of Saruman. The Half-orcs will not be dismayed from their task as long as this leader lives. I must ask you to return to Pembar and draw forth this leader. There is a horn of summoning in Pembar within the southern entrance to the ruins, northeast of here. While it is a distasteful notion, blow up the horn. The leader will no doubt answer your challenge. Okay, let us go back to Pembar. This is the last thing that we have here in Eregion. So you see, the Half-orc that we need to find on the Cyrenon is really close to Ehad Junan. And that is basically where Volume 2 begins. And once again, the fact that it awards legendary item experience is another telling that this was added later, so I think yeah, we're gonna postpone that quest for another time. That would mean this timer will run out and we will fail the quest. But we can go back to Ehad Eregion later and resume the quest line. Had I realized before this entire quest line was awarding legendary item XP, I might have waited. I might have not started that quest line in Wingreads. But I didn't realize that. I told you on the episode we got this quest line that it seemed weird doing that if the company had not yet departed. Nothing we can do now. We cannot replay that quest line, restart that quest line, so yeah, however, delay a little bit the completion of it to make it align with Volume 2. That's what we're gonna do. Who challenges Fauldush? Who dares to challenge the fight in Uruk-hai? General will avenge me. Alright, so Fauldush is down. The second Uruk-hai general in region. We'll see how many more of this we can find. And let us gather scholar materials once again. Let us make the most out of this final visit to Pembar. I hope this is the last one. I mean, I see no more reason to come back here if the Uruk-hai general is already defeated. I don't think there is anyone over him in the command line, so this is the last of Pembar indeed. I'm not sure, but I think I already have all the Master Scholar recipes, because every single scroll I have gotten for the last few episodes has given me a recipe I already know. We're back in the region. Let us turn in this last quest.
May Govanen.
What is this, you say? These half-orcs were led by some foul breed of orc you have never before seen? Neither have I heard of the Uruk-hai. It can only be the product of some other agent of the enemy as yet unrevealed to us. Your efforts are appreciated, Beriathan, but I fear more terrible things are yet to come.
Stay a moment.
More half-orcs have come up from the south, Beriathan, encamping at Barad Morlas, southwest of here. Whatever it is that Saruman seeks here, it cannot be for the benefit of the free peoples. It is said that Saruman is a master of craft, and it may be that he seeks that forbidden art which was lost when Sauron destroyed the region. His minions must be driven forth before they can uncover any shred of that ancient knowledge. Go to Barad Morlas, Beriathan, and thin the ranks of the half-orcs there. Perhaps that will dissuade them.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Beriathan, I have a request to make of you that is of great importance to my people. As you are surely aware, Sauron long ago destroyed the realm of Eregion. You can see in these ruins upon which we now stand. Many of the survivors fled to the refuge of Imladris, where dwells Master Elrond. After the destruction of Eregion, some of our kindred returned and placed memorial statues at many locations where some of our bravest kinsmen fell. Now half-orcs have come to Barad Morlas and threaten to despoil our memorials. I ask that you go to Barad Morlas to the southwest and recover as many of the memorial statues as you can. While you are there, look also for a strange orc who goes by the name of Shatogtar. Defeat him, for it is he who commands the destruction of those things we hold dear.
Will you lend me your ear?
Beriathan, we know not for a certainty what the half-orcs seek at Barad Morlas, but we know that they have many evil wolves in their ranks. The foul beast may lead them quickly to that which they seek. I think perhaps we should try to disrupt their efforts by slaying the half-orcs who keep watch over the wolves. Without their guidance, the wolves may turn aside from their task. Go to Barad Morlas, southwest of here, and hunt the wolf keeper. You must not fail. So Barad Morlas, okay, is not far, really. We have a lot to do. Oh, okay, there is another question here. Okay.
You may be of service to me.
This land has seen many battles. Its history is written in blood. though now it wears a veil of peace for at least a short while, but the peace it knows is but a fleeting phantom. As the minions of Saruman and Mordor intrude upon Hallin, many other evil creatures have come here as well, not the least of which are the wolves. They have driven off what ye birds and kindly beasts that once dwelt here, killing what does not escape them. The howling of the wolves in Tal Caradhras is worse than the silence that follows in the wake of the foul beasts. Go and cull their number, then return to me when the task is complete. Alright, it's a little bit weird you didn't give us that quest before. Would have been easier, certainly. Well, one thing at a time, as I was telling you, Barad Morlas is not far from Nethgarch. It's just a few hundred meters at most. Let us do all this in here. Small elf statue.
Will you lend me your ear?
I am the leader of the trackers of Nethgarch. We have kept a close watch on the half-orcs of Barad Morlas. Through our vigilance, we have marked the coming and going of their messengers, supplies, even intercepted orders. I was captured. Please help me escape. I fear that soon they will be back to torture information from me. You must hurry before they realize I have been freed. I think it might be a little too late for that. Going to go away. You're moving really slow, man. Feel free to hurry up whenever you want. Maybe another fight. It'd be much more easier if these guys were not running from all over the place. Why are you doing attacking the door? He wasn't doing anything to you. And a lynx too? Oh man. I thought elves were flowers of nature. Seem a little bit unasked for. I can make my way from here. Thank you, Beriathan. Prisoner of Barad Morlas, that is okay. Turning in Nethgarch. Nah, we got a lot of those ornate necklaces. This necklace is encrusted with grime and filth, but it glows with a radiance that shines through the stains. After wiping off some of the dirt, you can see that it is an elf necklace made by a skilled hand. You should bring it to Lathentir in Nethgarch. He may be able to shed more light on its origin. Okay, so yeah, we had a lot of those. I hadn't seen. Back to Barad Morlas it is to continue fighting Half-orcs. Shatogtar. Okay, there he is. The general will avenge me once again is what he's saying. On fragile pages of Ring Lore. Great. Who is the general? I'm wondering. Alright, now gotta look for the statues. Alright. I really like how much detail these statues have. I hadn't paid much attention to them before. Yeah. They look real, you know, like not just some model done for the quest, but it looks like they took a lot of work designing those statues, and it shows. What else do we have in here? Those are all the quests that have all the quests now in the quest log. Gotta keep looking for more statues. Alright, and luckily there are more ancient bases here in this area. This seems like a reasonable enough place to farm some of them. Well, at least it seems like the place with the highest concentration of them. Alright. Now we can finally take it. Now, some more statues. Little touch. Okay, here it is. Right, I see another statue here. And that leaves us with only the wolves to deal with. I think we can do that really quick. They're gonna have us come back and fight this guy. Any other guy you want us to fight in here? Any other reason for us to come back to Barad Morlas? To wait and see.
My hearts cannot sing today.
You did well bringing me this treasure. It is a relic of the second age of this world, made by a smith of the Noldor. Its beauty could be mistaken for no other craftsman's work. I will send this treasure to Rivendell. Maybe there Master Elrond can identify the exact smith who wrought it, and it can be cleaned and restored by elves of his household. Though doubtless it will never be restored to its full glory after its long neglect and mistreatment by the servants of Saruman.
A shadow is on my spirits.
Shatogtar is dead and the statues have been preserved? You have my deepest gratitude, Beriathan.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
I am grateful that you have helped to preserve the memory of those who fell at the Region, but there is much work yet to be done. There are many relics and treasures of the elves which the Half-orcs have uncovered. This could be dangerous in more powerful hands. Go then into Barad Morlas, southwest of here, and recover any relics you may find in the possession of the Half-orcs. Bring them back to me, and I will reward you as I may. Hurry, my friend, before the relics make their way to Isengard. Taking the relics to Isengard.
What can I do for you?
You have done well, Beriathan, but I have another task for you, if you will hear me out.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
While your efforts against the Wolf Keeper at Barad Morlas have certainly hindered the plans of the White Hand, they have not halted their search. They are driven by the chief of their keepers, a creature who goes by the name of Nûkhud, Wolfmaster. I would have you return to Barad Morlas and defeat Nûkhud. His defeat should drive fear into the hearts of the Half-orcs and their wolf allies. Nûkhud was last seen ranging beyond the ruins west of the bridge in Barad Morlas, southwest of here. Be careful, Beriathan, he is certain to be a dangerous foe.
What do you need?
Anurandi returned and spoke with me. I could hardly believe his tale. You are truly a warden of great skill. Anurandi returned to his duties in the wild, but your rescue will not soon be forgotten.
What can I do for you?
Thank you for your efforts, Beriathan. You are certainly a valiant warden, but there is much more to do there.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
We need to learn who leads the force at Barad Morlas. Until their leader is slain, the Half-orcs will continue their efforts there undaunted. Go to Barad Morlas, Beriathan, and collect several of the banners the Half-orcs have raised there. Amidst those other banners may be a clue as to the identity of their leader. The banners have been raised throughout Barad Morlas, southwest of here. Hurry now, Beriathan, time is running short. Running short indeed, but first, let us complete a wolf quest. I don't expect that quest to have any follow-up, but just to be sure, just to be safe, we're gonna dispatch the remaining wolves for the quest before we go back to Barad Morlas. It's a shame though that this quest doesn't have us. If it works as well, we could advance faster if that was the case. I've discovered Horngoth. Hadn't I discovered it already? I thought I had. A lot of badgers in here, but I thought we had already left Horngoth. Last one. We'll go back. Alright. Ready to go back to Erradication, and in the meantime, let me double check really here. Master of the Fist. Gonna take a little bit longer, but not too much now. And Perseverance, the same deal. And after that, it's time to grind the squid that are not... Don't go with my gameplay really, my game style. If Restoration still was a good as self-heal as it was back in the day, it would have a better place in my rotation, but as it is now, I don't see that much use for Restoration. Oh, for Restoration, is it? Celebration of Skill, sorry. If Celebration of Skill was a good as self-heal as it was before, I'd include it in my rotation, but what's the point if Restoration provides a better self-heal? And not only that, but provides a self-heal period. Celebration of Skill doesn't have a self-heal anymore. It's a shame, otherwise that deed would be so much easier.
Swilad Melon.
You did well, Beriathan. The wolves will not soon forget your fury. Maybe Tol Caradhras will have peace, if only for a short while. Alright, no follow-up. Just as I expected, but as I told you, better safe than sorry. Right, so chasing trouble has failed. Once again, we'll pick it back up. We are ready to continue towards the mines of Moria after we have witnessed the departure of the company. I actually have an idea for that, but I'll let you know what that idea is when we are at that point. Stop it! Alright, so we need banners. And relics. You get the relics by defeating Half-orcs, so basically banners. And the Wolf Master Leader, which is there. Over there. Well, at least I hope that's him. Yeah. That's him. So round 2. Beriathan against Nûkhud, round 2. Let us go. Alright, so now just tattered banners and Half-orcs for relics. Should be simple enough. Alright, still missing a lot of banners. We saw banners here. It seems like this is where the remaining banners are located. Alright, I did the last one there, just 2 relics to go, so we're ready to make our way back to Erradication, basically. One, and this guy will be the last one. Stop running away, you coward. Come on, face me. Die with some dignity. Another quest, really?
Sweet lad Melon, will
I
you
know.
stay a moment?
That's where the company's path. Do that later.
What can I do for you?
These banners will do nicely, Beriathan. I should be able to learn the identity of the Half-orcs leader with little difficulty.
Mind my words, traveler.
Do you see this sign here? Perhaps your eye is not trained to see it. This banner names one Horngoth, a half-orc of a most ill repute, as the leader of these forces. Journey now to Barad Morlas. At the northern foot of a bridge which leads further into the ruins, you will find a summoning horn not unlike the one at Pembar. Blow upon the horn and surely Horngoth will answer. The bridge lies southwest of here. Hurry!
Megavonen.
Ah! Nûkhud's demise should give the Half-orcs pause. Well done, Beriathan. Oh, this helm is actually nice. I'm gonna take it. And equip it right away.
My hearts cannot sing today.
You have done well, Beriathan. Saruman will not lay a hand upon these relics now.
Will you stay a moment and learn of my troubles?
Perfect. Beriathan, my friend, you have done a great service for the elves, and I would ask one more favor of you. Go to Ehad-Dunan and speak with Palanair. He should know upon Saruman's encroachment upon the reigns of Erradication. Ehad-Dunan lies to the southeast, not far from the gates of Moria called the Doors of Durin. Go and may the stars shine upon your road. Once again, we'll go to Ehad-Dunan when we make our way to Volume 2, but first, we got the quest, the final tier for the Erradication quest date, Silent and Restless, advanced 15 LOTRO points, some XP, and Reputation. So we have another virtue capped, that is Wheat. Now, yeah, let us start working towards Determination. We might still be able to pull this off and cap all of this. 15 LOTRO points and a new deed. Deeds of Erradication. Silent and Restless final, sorry, my bad. No, we still need to complete 20 more quests in Erradication. But that is great, that is more chances of earning virtue XP. So we're gonna hold on to Gold Galon for the time being. We're not gonna go to Ehad-Dunan yet, so let us remove this. Right now, what we're missing is just going to Barad Morlas and defeating Horngoth. Let us do that really quick. What is this? Who are you? You've made a big mistake, fool. The question is not who are you, but where are you? There he is. You'll pay now. How about that? Alright, Horngoth stands defeated. Let us go back to Langliel. So even though there is a lot of back and forth between Erradication and Barad Morlas, at least they are so close to each other and you barely notice it. But that's great. That allowed us to move quickly on today's episode, and I think with this we should have completed all the quests in Erradication for now.
How can I be of service?
It is good that you have defeated Horngoth, but his defeat may just bring more enemies down upon us. Our scouts tell us that there are more servants of the White Hand in the passes of the Red Horn Gate and Nansiranon.
Stay a moment.
Your efforts have been valiant, Beriathan, but I fear they will come to naught. The Half-orcs have brethren encamped in the Red Horn Gate, and dual endings in the service of Saruman are encamped not far to the east. I ask that you go to Ehadunen to the east, near the gates of Moria called the Doors of Durin, and speak with Lavrolet. Warn her of the threat of the Half-orcs. Perhaps she will have some insight into their presence. Go forth without delay, Beriathan. I fear an evil tide is rising. Alright, but first, give me just 1 minute. We're gonna equip this helmet. Gonna actually lose some vitality, I believe, but gonna get some more offensive power, and I hope we can make up for some of that vitality. Oh, we more than make up for it with that earring that we got. Alright, that looks good, looks great. So it seems we are ready now to ride to Grovel and confront Amarthiel. That will be next episode, but before we end today's episode, let us ride really quick to
What can I
Gwingris
do for you?
and do some tasks, shall we? We have just enough time for that, if you don't mind. I enjoy my time with you so much, I don't want it coming to an end yet. Let us get some tasks done and call it a day afterwards. We have plenty of items for tasks now. I think I'm actually gonna sell some of the other task items we were holding to. The albino fur, it's one, and wooden clubs. I think there is no more tasks.
What do
we can
you need?
complete.
What can I do for you?
Fur and wooden clubs.
What can I do for you? How can I be of service?
Just more with wooden clubs.
How can I be of service? What can I do for you?
Three.
What do you need?
That is our task
Mega
limit for the day. Let us right back to Erradication. Alright, we're back at Erradication, and this will mark the end of today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Thank you once again for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. Enjoyed and what you didn't, in any case. And I hope I will see you back on next episode of this journey. For For the time being, thank you so much for joining me. Stay safe, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye bye, good luck.